Aloha, I'm JJ Johnson, the race director for the Honolulu Triathlon. Welcome to Hawaii. This is your race briefing, so I'll need you to pay attention to certain days and times that will be happening during this event. First thing you need to know is we're going to have our packet pickup at Moana Beach Park, Magic Island, on Friday from 3 to 6 o'clock, and then on Saturday from 10:30 to 5 p.m. So we'll need you to come to Magic Island and make sure that you pick up your race packet and your t-shirts. Here's your race day schedule. So the first thing you need to know is the transition area is going to open at 4 a.m. This is where you come in and you put your bikes in your allotted stalls where your numbers are and get everything ready for your event, for your race. The swim course will be open at Moana Beach Park 5 o'clock for you to do some warm-ups, so be sure to take advantage of that. That will close at 5:30 because at 5:30 we have the opening ceremonies and we need everybody down at the beach ready for that. It's critical that you don't arrive late in the transition area because we will shut the transition area at 5:30 and will not allow you in. So make sure you're on time. Okay, the first wave, this is the great stuff. Olympic distance. First wave goes off at 5:45. We'll have a timing person there who will put you in your waves, and you also have color-coded race bibs. So those will be you'll know what wave you're in. So be sure you follow the color coding and listen to the instructors from the volunteers. Then we have the sprint and youth course. They start at 6:10. Same thing, waves, timer will put you in the waves and set you off. And finally, but just as important, we have the 10K run, which will start at 7 a.m. And that'll be on the beach road in front of Magic Island. And there will be signs and volunteers directing to where to go for that start. The kids triathlon, we're always excited to host, will be starting at 9 a.m. at the water where all the adults start, the Olympic, the sprint, and the youth. So make sure that you're there ready to go. Parents are allowed to be with their child and kind of navigate the course with them as long as it's safe. Okay, so now we want to talk a little bit about the course. So let's talk a little bit about the swim course. There's 3 distances. You've got the Olympic, which is orange. You got the sprint, which is green, and you have the blue, which is youth. The orange buoy is the furthest one out, which is 750 meters out, and then you'll make a turn. That buoy will be orange, so that's your key, that's where you're going to turn. Then for the sprint athletes, you're going to be swimming out to the green buoy, and you'll see that, and we'll also have lifeguards and guides out there to make sure you make that turn as well. So that's green. And then for the youth is blue. Same thing, just like you did for the orange, just like you did for the green. For the blue one, youth, you guys will swim to that buoy, make your turn around that buoy, and then come back into the transition area. Once you finish your swim, you'll jump on your bike and you'll head to the bike course, which is out on Moana Blvd, which connects to Nimitz Highway, which goes towards the airport. So we'll have that all coned off. It's a closed course. There's no cars. It's all secure, and you'll have a good time. Be careful. There are some spots that have not been repaved yet, so it's going to be a little rocky, so make sure you're aware of that. And then you'll do actually 2 loops on the bike course for the Olympic cyclists. So the Olympic people who are doing the 1,500 meter swim, you also do 2 loops out on the course. So pay attention to the signs and the volunteers who will be directing you to when and where to make your turn. For the youth, you only go out one time and come back, and then you start your run. Everybody will then come back to the transition area at Magic Island, and then you go for your run. Obviously, the Olympic Tri is a 10K, the sprint is a 5K, and the youth is about 1.5 miles. So that's all coned off. They've got signs out there. We've got volunteers. Just make sure you keep aware that you follow the color of your cone. So we do have green cones out there for the sprint, which is the green color zone. So make sure that you're running on the green course and not on the red course, which is the Olympic distance. The blue cones are for the youth, so they'll make their turn halfway down the beach road and come back to go to the finish line. In this race briefing, and I'm just basically just summarizing the race briefing, so there's a lot more to it than what I'm going to be talking about today, but just kind of want to give you a little idea and heads up from what to expect. When you do come to the park on Friday or Saturday for packet pickup, this is normal park time, so we don't have any special parking, so you just got to find parking someplace. A lot of people park at Moana Shopping Center and they walk across the street and pick up their package. So that's something you can do. It's going to be a flow-through packet pickup. What's that mean? That means pick up your race bib, you keep walking down the line, you pick up your t-shirt size. You cannot change your t-shirt size until the next day when we have, maybe if we have extra ones, we could do that for you. But during that time, we just have it all set up, so we need to make sure everybody takes what they've already ordered, and then if on Sunday during the festival time, if you have time, then you can change the t-shirts. We have a whole bunch of sponsors inside the festival area. We're going to have Gatorade and water and snacks and stuff like that for you guys so to enjoy. And then we'll also have an information result board center where you can see what your times were. Now this result board is a QR code, so you'll need your phone to scan the QR code to get to the result, which is online. If you don't have that, maybe somebody else can help you out with that, or you can always go when you get home and view what your results are. Just kind of want to make a few cautions to you. Both the bike course and the run course, will be some potholes in certain parts of the course. I need you guys to really pay attention to that. Watch out for uneven surfaces, especially on the run course. They're doing some renovation of the park, so I'm not quite sure where that's going to be, but they'll be out there. Also on the run course for the 10K, there's going to be, you have to do 2 loops. And if you check out the running course map and memorize that or familiarize yourself with where you have to make your turn to start your second loop, which is out on the course. And then once you finish that second loop, then you start working your way towards the finish line, where you'll be welcomed with open arms. There is a cutoff time for the cycling. So when you're doing the bike portion of the race, there will be a cutoff time down on Lagoon Drive area and under the viaduct. So just double check the race briefing slides and see when those times are going to be. But you're going to get a wristband on the run course for the 10K. So we need to make sure that you use that wristband and you put it on you so you know that you actually have where that you are doing the 10K. And this is basically what it looks like. Okay, it's kind of cool wristband. By the way, you get to keep this. So it says Honolulu Triathlon on it. Try to be the best. It's kind of cool. So a take-home thing, but this is what you're going to get on the run course for your second loop. So we'll have a volunteer out there with a box on a table. When you come to your second loop, they're going to hand you this wristband. This is for your awareness that, yes, I'm on my second loop. And then when I go by that box again, that location, I just keep going straight and go to the finish line. Okay, let's talk about the awards. So we're going to be doing first, second, third place for both men and women. We'll have a little award ceremony. However, for the age group awards, check to see if you qualify for the age group an award, first, second, or third in your age group. If you do, then just simply walk up to the awards tent and say, hey, I'm here to pick up my award, and then they'll give it to you then. Let's talk a little bit about the timing chip. This year we're going to have disposable timing chips, and you'll pick those up. They'll actually be in your race packet when you pick up your race packet. So the morning of, you already have your chip. So go ahead and put that on prior to starting. And then if you're wearing a wetsuit, it's very important that you put it on the outside of the wetsuit. Don't let the sleeve of the leg cover that chip, because then you won't get a time. And it's pretty simple, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. I've already talked about the packet pickup. The packet pickup is going to be at Magic Island, Moana Beach Park. Try to arrive early so you still have some beach time. And if you want, bring your swimsuit so you can practice and do a little swimming warm-up. I already talked a little bit about the coding of the course. So orange is Olympic relays and 10K. Green is sprint relays and juniors. And the youth kids is blue. We already talked a little bit about race day parking. We do have parking passes available, first come, first serve, at the race packet pickup. They go pretty quick. It's usually on Friday, so if you can, come on down if you want to park at Magic Island. If not, you're just going to have to find your own parking somewhere out on around Moana Shopping Center or whatever, and then ride your bike in. Make sure you guys review the USAT rules and regulations. Some have changed since last year, not a lot, but just make sure that you follow those. We will have observers out on the course on motorcycles who will be observing, make sure you guys are following those rules. So be sure you look at that slide as well. And that's really about it. I just wanted to kind of make sure that everybody has a kind of a understanding of what we're doing and where and what the event's going to be like. We're expecting a nice full field this year, so look forward to seeing everybody there. If you ever have any questions, always feel free to go through the website. You can contact us, and we'd be more than happy to answer your questions. Until I see you next time, aloha.